am recording on both.
We haven't done a tag in a long time.
It's probably been at least 6 months, I want to say.
No, it hasn't been 6 months.
You think?
At least 3.
I'd
have to look it up.
Let's do a bet right now. Do you have a drink with you?
Of course I have a drink with me.
Okay. I'm going to look it up over under 3 months, okay?
Not to the day. I'm going to say around.
No, over under 3 months. That's your bet.
To the day, to the day?
To the day.
I'm gonna say over 3 months.
Under. All right. The last tag we did was July 28th.
What's today, the 29th?
So it's under 3 months. 2 months.
I win.
Yeah. Okay, I was way up. It feels like it's been a long... 2020... Hey, 2 months in 2020 is probably about 6 months in any other year.
Well, yeah, remember the summer, we had summertime and summer ting and a summer thing and a summer fling.
Whoo! Welcome to the CodeX Cantina, where I am Una.
And I'm happy to do a tag again crypto.
Released hot off the press today. This is our love for you, Ryan, at Seeking Stories. We're doing it tonight. We had a catastrophe in our recording that we had a little bit of filler. We had a little bit of time that we're like, hey, instead of like going upstairs and going to bed, maybe we should like hang out, do a tag, have some fun.
Yeah, I feel like you're punishing me though. See what I did there? That's an inside joke for us.
Because we just finished Crime and Punishment. Okay, I get it. All right, so a long time ago, Ryan tagged us in the How to Adapt a Book to Movie tag, or it's called something along that lines. And now he's doing the Redux version of it. We never got to it. We talked about it actually several times. We talked about even doing our Thrawn review as a book review in the format of his tag because it was so involved, but we just never got around to it. He's redone it to make it a lot more simple, so that way we aren't just paralyzed and actually do it for once. Not just for us, but...
He gave us the KISS version. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yes.
That's what we need.
Yes, for those that have been drinking, this is the keep it simple version. And we're like, hey, let's do that tonight. Oh, by the way, since you won, don't I have to drink or something like that?
Oh.
5-second pour, is that the punishment?
6 second, but...
All right, whole can. There we go. Let's do this.
Oh.
Whew.
You drink a whole can of beer?
Whew, I haven't done that since like college. Whew. Why would we do that to ourselves?
Because we were young.
I think I even spilled some. I think I spilled some too. Like my mouth just doesn't even know how to do it.
25-year-old Una wouldn't have spilled. That's a quarter of beer. That's all my paycheck.
All right. Now, we haven't looked at any of these questions in advance, but I told him we are adapting a book into a movie, but technically we can do something else besides a movie. We can do plays, we can do TV shows. Question numero uno. Which book most deserves an adaptation? I'm going to throw two options out for you here. We just recently did Gogol's The Nose, and we also just did Of the Coming of John, which I gave near 10s, basically, which is very rare for me.
Yeah, I think those are great answers for things if they haven't already. I think The Nose would be best suited as maybe, those ones. Oh, what's the famous movie? I think it's Woody Harrelson or something. I can't remember, but it looks like a kind of a cartoonish, but it's not. It's where they do with those weird cameras that make it look cartoony. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I'm thinking of like the tiny effect or even rotoscoping. Maybe I'm not 100% sure what you're recommending.
Something like that.
I could almost even pick that as like a theatrical performance too.
Yeah, that would be very interesting.
Oh, you want to go with one of those?
I had another one in mind.
What's yours?
Okay, so this has actually been made into a movie, but it was like back in the 70s, so we're not going to count it. So we're going to redo... see what I did there?
Redo? Redux?
Redux? Redo? I don't know. It's French, isn't it?
Just joking.
We're going to redo the uber sci-fi or horror version of The Lottery.
So you're saying we're going to take The Lottery by Shirley Jackson.
Yes.
And make it either sci-fi or horror?
Yes. So we still have that same kind of point or venue that she's trying to get across.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah.
right. Question number 2. So wait, so are we doing, question number 2 is which medium best suits this book? We're doing a short story. Why does it have to be a book, Ryan? Why can't it be a short story?
Yeah, we're doing a short story, not a book. We cheat. You know that. That's us.
Every time. All right,
Every
so
time.
which medium best suits it? Movie, TV theater?
I don't think there's maybe enough for... We could do a movie, and it's going to be probably about 85, 90 minutes. If it's, a horror movie, maybe 90, 95 minutes if it's a sci-fi. Or we could do a limited series of like 3 or 4 40-minute episodes.
Ooh,
somewhere around in there, I think.
I like limited series. Then we can do it like we'll do a 3-episode limited series. Like 3 acts. Right? Does that sound fair?
Yeah, 3 acts, about 45 minutes each.
Do we have to decide, are we doing sci-fi or horror, or are we deciding that later?
Let's talk about that later. Let's have a pitch meeting for that. We'll storyboard it.
Question number 3. What are you most excited about in this hypothetical adaptation?
You go first.
Oh, you go first.
Casting, I think is going to be fun. Music is always uber important, especially if we're going with the horror route, because horror movies are...
Yeah, that's true.
And I would be very excited for which platform would buy our 3-episode limited series. Is it going to be Amazon Prime? Is it Netflix? Hulu Plus? I don't know.
See, I went into immediately crafting scenes. Like you went deep. Like this is why we're working together on this film, is you're covering those things, and I was already working on the script over here. I'm kind of thinking about the...
See, I'm a producer. You're the script writer. Okay. So this is good.
Okay. We got our roles, right? We're like Phil Lord, and yeah. Okay. So I was jumping into which scene would be most interesting to adapt, and I don't know why, but I think most people remember the ending to The Lottery, right? Like one of the most horrific endings of all time, psychologically horrific. To me, I've actually always remember when they're bringing the box out and they're describing it. What's this box? What do you mean it's been around for years? I can picture like a little kid learn, like we as the audience learn through like a childlike narration that makes it so innocent at first. Like I'm more excited about crafting that initial green grass, the lush sky, like making things so innocent to begin with, and learning about the evils behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah, because we're going to paint it a very, very beautiful. There's going to be a little brook and pond, and it's all going to be... And I think the box comes out right at the end of the first episode. And then the second episode is where the whole, like, big part of the story takes place. And then we actually get to go beyond what Shirley Jackson wrote in our 3rd episode, which will be pretty cool.
Or the first episode can be before the lottery starts, right? You have those lines where they talked about, well, other towns stopped doing this. What do you mean they stopped doing it? Why'd they stop doing it? This could almost kind of be like Hunger Games. You know how they had those different factions where you learn not all the factions worked the same way. Maybe not all the towns work the same way for the lottery.
Okay. So we do this like a horror movie, all right? And our episode 1 is somebody from another faction that has done away with the lottery, and they stumble into it.
Transplanted towns. He comes into this town.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. We're off to a start.
Okay, maybe it's a group. Because we need like 3 or 4 teenagers.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 or 4 teens.
Question number 4. Which actors should portray the characters?
I got a great one.
Do you remember the characters in this? Okay.
Mrs. Hutchinson is we need the strongest lead actress for Mrs. Hutchinson.
I've got it. You're going to name yours, and then I'll name mine, and you're like, oh, okay, mine sucks. I'll choose yours.
No, I got this, man.
All right, go for it.
No, you go for it. You said yours is better.
No. You have to choose yours, because then you'll think you won, and then I'm like, plop on the table, and you'll be like, oh, you won.
It's the other way around. You're gonna be like, oh, yours is so good.
Elizabeth Moss.
Ooh, that is good. I'm gonna one up you though.
No.
Laura Linney.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Elizabeth Moss on this one.
No, we're getting a casting director.
Okay. Audience members down below, let us know who would be the better Tessie. Is it Elizabeth Moss or Ozark?
Her name is Laura Linney.
Okay, we can't forget this one. Old Man Warner. You remember him? I've got a great
Yes,
one
yes.
for him. Do you have a casting for him?
I do have one for him.
Robert Redford.
Oh, I was gonna go
Yeah.
with that's good. What about Quill? What's his name? Nick Nolte. Gruff Nick Nolte.
Yeah, I can see that.
With the beard?
It's gotta be a jaded, gruff man, is what it is.
Or Mel Gibson nowadays. Have you seen him in the new Santa movie? He could do it too.
Okay.
I think he needs a beard. So that's why I went with one of those two.
I need someone recovering. You know what I mean? Like he needs to have been like, I almost lost it. like I'm barely alive.
Yeah.
All right, question number 5. Who should direct the adaptation? If you aren't familiar with many directors, Steven Spielberg is never a bad answer.
I have our director, and there's no way you're going to pick a better one than this because
are we going with sci-fi or horror? We haven't decided.
We're going with horror, and he's brought
horror?
his A game to horror.
I've got a better horror director, but I don't know if this would be the right horror director for this film. So you may win this one because I don't think mine's right, but I think he's a good horror director. You ready? Same time.
Let's say them at the same time. Ready?
Right, 3.
1. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Jordan Peele. No way! You just copied me.
Nope. We both selected Jordan Peele.
That's exactly who I thought. I was like, if we're doing horror, when I was thinking about this, like we got to go Jordan Peele. Like he's nailed it with his last 2 horror movies.
Well, think about it too. His horror movies, everything looks great on the outside. Once you start peeling back the onion, does this stink? Right? Like that's why I think he would be really good. But I don't know if he'd be really because. To be fair, period pieces wasn't. What was his period piece? Was it Get Out? No, it wasn't Get Out. Was it?
Yeah.
Was it Get Out? Okay, so I guess he can do those. So maybe he's more likely to work. But wow,
I think it'd be great because it has because the subtle nuances of the lottery, I think, is something that would appeal to him, like the subtle nuances of Get Out and the other movies that he's done. No, I think he would be perfect for this.
Okay. Dude, I think this is coming together great. I think we're already over budget, but I think we're gonna. I think that
what was our budget?
I think we're gonna make it in the
million?
Box office, or it will be box office, right? Since it's TV, Netflix is gonna buy it for sure.
Yeah, Netflix is gonna buy it for sure.
Question number 6. Which scene or scenes are you most excited about seeing in this adaptation?
I mean, you already said yours with the box, but I would like to see how Jordan Peele would. I like to see how he would enact the actual sentencing. Like, would he go with kind of like the stoning to death, or would he give it a new flavor, a new take? Like, would he be like, spice it up?
The intensity of just taking something out of a box is one thing. He would make something happen where like the character's action of taking it out like would have a ramification. Like it wouldn't just be the shock. There'd be pressure put onto the decision of pulling out the paper too. Like Peele's really good about making a character choose something wrong and they know it's wrong, but it's because it's the only way to survive. It's the only way to move forward, you know? Like I think he would put ramifications behind the pull.
So I guess I was thinking of like when the sentence is actually enacted and they kill, would he use stones like before, or would he have like something that was more subtle to try to make a point of like the problems with society today? Like everybody has to get out their old broken cell phones and you get beaten to death by like a cell phone. And like, what does that mean? Like these people are anti-technology or something. Yeah. Or is there something else of how the person is disposed of that says something about these people? I don't know. I think that you can modernize it.
Or flip it, instead of the town being the social ramification or reason, her way of escape is a way of exploiting why their way is wrong, right? Like her way of seeing, instead of utilitarianism, she somehow is able to escape that by showing them how utilitarianism doesn't always explain all situations and how the world isn't always happy. Even if you achieved happiness, people are still going to be mad and destroy things, right? He would do something to undermine utilitarianism, which is the point of the town, is what I think he would do.
Yeah, and I could see you have like a shot that pulls up out of the town and everybody's like in a big circle and you have Mrs. Hutchinson, crying over the dead body, and it just kind of pull away, and then it cuts to black at the end of episode 2. It'd be pretty intense.
All right, question number 7. What are you most nervous about with this potential adaptation?
Nothing. I got you by my side, man.
You know what? I think something that may be difficult is sympathy for the main character, and the end result of Tessie Hutchinson if Jordan Peele still lets it play out the way it did in the short story. People have a lot of sympathy and empathy for main characters, that they can get upset when the main character doesn't win. But
it's a horror movie, and that genre typically a lot of times has the main heroiness die, or it cuts to black and it looks like she's safe, and then at the end credits there's a little extra spoiler thing during the credits that shows that she gets killed at the very last second. Well, that happens a lot. They
win the battle, but there's an eternal doom that will continue to lurk over them or humanity, right? Like, they didn't really get rid of the evil, right?
Yeah. Question... Or what could happen is that a couple of the teens that come in there survive, and they take her away, and when she gets to the new place, she thinks it's going to be better, but it ends up being worse somehow. Like, where they go is way, way worse of what they do to their people or something. Like, they're all cannibals, or they're all mutants or something. I don't know. Like, and you'd be like, oh, she went from bad to worse.
We got to go visit that guy that came from District 8. Oh, crap. Why did we go to District 8? District 8 is terrible. All right. Question number 8. Let's get real. Do you think this book has a shot at ever being adapted?
Sure. Well, it already has been. So yeah, why not?
Yeah. Question number 9. On that note, do you think there's a chance it will be a good adaptation?
No, it's going to be great, because we're awesome.
Question number 10. Describe your ideal version of this adaptation.
Isn't that what we just did?
I don't know. I feel like we did.
For like the last 20 minutes?
Yeah, isn't that kind of what we've been doing, I guess? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't understand that.
Really good Jordan Peele adaptation of The Lottery. That's my description of it.
Horror. We need a tagline. Oh, that's what we'll come up with.
Okay,
question 10. What is your tagline for the poster?
What's your tagline for the poster? Okay, we're changing question 10. What's the tagline? Yeah.
What's in the box?
What about, well, the odds weren't in her favor.
That's pretty good. You only win the lotto once.
So that was the How to Adapt a Tag Redux by Seeking Stories, none other the most wonderful channels when it comes to movie making and books, kind of combining the love of both of those, of how those stories come out. Wonderful channel. Please go subscribe to them if you haven't already. I didn't even think about who we're supposed to tag. Like, he tagged all of our friends, like, the Stormalong friends, right? I think he tagged Leslie. I think he tagged pretty much everyone that we know. Let's go with, he didn't tag Q and TG. Right, they've done some really fun rapping and filmmaking stuff that maybe they could have some fun with this one. Optional. They didn't tag. Who else haven't they tagged?
All right, let's also tag Brian from Bookish as well.
And let's do Alan from Library of Alexandria. He's done some branching out into some other things besides just books. Maybe he'd have some fun with this one. Him and his wife. Hey, more 2 people talking on YouTube videos. That should be fun, right?
What can go wrong? Editing nightmare.
Well, all right, guys. Hopefully you had some fun today. Please consider checking out these channels. Great channels. We highly recommend them. With that said, if this is your first time here, please consider hitting that subscribe button to join us on some more fun videos and literature discussions. Una out.
Peace.